The transport ship drifted through the quiet stretch of deep space as Ranger Tom sat alone in the small communication room. The dim blue lights cast a soft glow over the consoles, and the hum of the engines made the silence feel even deeper. Tom had spent years in the service, moving from mission to mission with calm discipline. Nothing surprised him anymore, or so he believed, until the captured alien woman was brought aboard. She was escorted by 2 guards who kept their hands close to their stun rifles. Tom had seen aliens before, but she was different. Her posture was firm, her long silver hair tied back in a neat braid. Her eyes glowed with a pale violet shine, calm yet dangerous. The moment she entered the room, her gaze locked on Tom with a rage that burned like a storm behind glass. The captain had given clear orders. Tom was to speak with her and determine if she possessed any valuable information regarding the recent attack on a human outpost. The alien vessel she came from had been found drifting near the ruins. No one knew if she was an enemy soldier or a stranded wanderer. The truth rested heavily on Tom's shoulders. The guards placed her in a seat and stepped back. Tom sat across from her, feeling the heat of her stare even before he spoke. For a moment they remained silent. He could feel tension gather in the room, like a weight pressing down on his chest. He introduced himself with a calm tone. She refused to answer. Her jaw was tight, her eyes sharp and fixed upon him. Tom noted every detail of her body language. Her fingers twitched slightly, as if she resisted the need to spring forward. He understood danger well enough to know she was holding herself back. He asked her name. She did not offer one. Instead, she kept her gaze hard and filled with anger. Tom wondered if she would remain silent for the entire session, but after several long moments, her voice finally came, cool and steady. She told him she would not reveal anything to a human soldier. The words cut through the air like a blade. Tom leaned back and considered her reaction. He had met hostile prisoners before, but her anger felt different. It was personal, not the usual cold defiance. When he asked if she blamed humans for the destruction of her ship, her eyes widened for a single breath before returning to their furious intensity. That brief flicker told Tom he had touched upon something significant. He asked if she survived an attack. Her fists tightened. She looked away for the first time, which told him more than any words could. She had lost something in that attack. Perhaps someone important. Perhaps her entire crew. Her silence now carried a deeper meaning, and Tom felt a pull of sympathy despite the tension between them. He offered her water. She refused. He asked if she needed medical attention. She refused again. Tom knew he had to gain her trust if he hoped to learn the truth. He shifted from direct questions to softer ones. She seemed annoyed at first, but slowly her shoulders relaxed. He noticed her breathing grow calmer. She finally spoke of her people in short sentences. She said her homeworld believed in harmony between star systems. They never began conflicts. Tom listened carefully and asked what brought her near the human outpost. She hesitated before responding. She said she had been on a diplomatic journey when her vessel was struck by an unknown force. Tom raised a brow and asked who attacked her. Her eyes darkened again, and she looked away. He sensed that she believed humans did it. Her rage had not been born out of random anger, but deep grief and misunderstanding. Tom needed proof before he could challenge her belief, so he requested permission to review the logs recovered from her damaged vessel. The captain allowed it. Tom returned to the communication room hours later with the alien woman still seated, still tense, still watching him with guarded fury. He told her they had found fragments of data. Her gaze sharpened. Tom explained that the damage did not match human weapon designs. Instead, it matched the signature of a rogue pirate faction that had been troubling nearby routes for months. She seemed stunned. Her eyes widened, and her breath caught as if a weight had lifted and another had taken its place. Tom presented the data display on the table. She leaned forward, studying it with a focused intensity. Her fingers hovered over the hologram, and her jaw slowly loosened. She whispered that these pirates had attacked her world before. Her voice shook. She had lost family in those raids. Tom felt his chest tighten with empathy. Her rage had not come from hatred, but fear and pain. She asked why humans would help her. Tom answered with sincerity. He told her that humans had suffered from the same pirates, that both their peoples had lost too much already, and that cooperation could lead to safety for both. She looked at him for a long moment, her anger melting into uncertainty. He noticed tears forming at the corners of her eyes. She quickly brushed them away. Tom pretended not to see, giving her space. She asked if he truly believed their worlds could trust each other. Tom said trust began with understanding one another. Her gaze softened for the first time. In the following days, she remained aboard the ship. Tom visited her daily. Their conversations grew longer, less formal, and far more honest. She revealed her name. It was a soft name, melodic in her language. Tom repeated it with care, and she seemed surprised by his effort to say it correctly. She told him small stories of her home world, of floating gardens and crystal towers that caught the light of their twin suns. Tom listened with genuine curiosity. He told her about Earth, the oceans, the mountains, the crowded cities, and the peaceful countryside. She laughed softly when he described children racing through tall fields of grass. That laugh surprised him. It held warmth he had not expected. She asked him why he joined the service. Tom shared a quiet story of growing up in a small town and dreaming of exploring the stars. She listened with bright eyes. She asked if he missed home. He said he did, but meeting new worlds reminded him of why he left. She nodded and said exploration was a noble path. As the days passed, her rage faded. In its place grew a sense of trust. She grew comfortable speaking with him. She asked questions about human traditions. She learned that humans expressed gratitude by offering a handshake. She tried it and smiled softly when Tom accepted her hand with care. Her touch was cool, and he felt a strange warmth in return. The crew noticed the change in her. The guards relaxed around her. The captain approved of Tom's progress. He encouraged them to keep communicating. Tom spent more time with her, sometimes forgetting the line between duty and personal connection. She seemed to sense his sincerity and appreciated it. One day she asked why humans risked so much for others. Tom said humans had a long history of fighting for survival, but they had also learned that standing alone led to greater loss. She grew thoughtful and said her people had forgotten that in their peaceful lives. She admired the human willingness to protect and help. Tom knew their time aboard the transport ship was coming to an end. They needed to escort her to a secure Alliance station where joint investigations would begin. When he told her, she grew quiet. She asked if he would continue to visit her. Tom promised he would, and her gaze warmed with relief. On the final day aboard the ship, she approached him with a small silver crest. It was a symbol from her home, representing unity and courage. She pressed it into his hand and told him he had given her something she thought she had lost forever: hope. Tom felt his chest swell with emotion. He thanked her and promised to keep it safe. When the ship arrived at the Alliance station, she stood beside him as the doors opened. She looked calm, confident, and no longer filled with rage. She said she now understood humans better than she ever expected. She said he had taught her that trust was possible between worlds that once seemed distant. Tom escorted her to the diplomatic hall. She walked with steady steps, her head held high. The representatives of both sides waited inside. Tom knew she would speak with honesty and strength. She glanced at him before entering and gave a small nod filled with gratitude. He felt pride swell in him. She had transformed in a matter of days, not because he forced her, but because truth had been revealed. She had discovered that humans were not the cause of her pain. She had learned that hope could rise even in dark times. The representatives welcomed her. Tom watched from the side as she spoke about unity and shared threats. Her voice carried across the hall with clarity and grace. Humans and her people listened closely. Tom could see their expressions shift as she explained the truth. She spoke with a conviction born from trust and renewed purpose. When she finished, the hall fell silent for a moment before warm agreement spread among the officials. This meeting marked the beginning of cooperation between their worlds. Tom realized he had witnessed something important. Her anger had once filled the room like a storm, but now her presence brought calm and strength. After the meeting, she returned to him. She smiled with genuine warmth. She said the truth had freed her. She thanked him again for guiding her to see it. Tom returned the smile and said she had found the truth herself. He was only the voice that brought the pieces together. She told him she hoped their paths would continue to cross. Tom agreed. She turned to join the delegation, walking with renewed confidence. Tom remained still for a moment, feeling the weight of all that had happened. The alien woman who once looked at him with burning rage now walked a path toward unity. The truth had changed everything. Tom, you